Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining me today. I think the chat is good. Yeah, chat's good right now. We got a cat in the room today. She wouldn't leave. I tried to get her out of here. She wouldn't leave. So if we see cat pop up, just know you've been forewarned. How's it going, everybody? Let's go ahead and shout out the members real quick before we get the show started here. We got Dan. Whoa, we got Dan in the building today. How's it going, Dan? It's good to see you. We got Max in the building this morning. How's it going, Max? We got Mr. Media and we got Doc in the building this morning. Good morning, you guys. Glad to see you. We're gonna stall here a little bit just to give the chat a little bit of time to fill up here. Ooh. Oh, whoa. So there's a problem with the video, it looks like, on my end. If you he said ride too many blue stars. No, we got just enough blue stars, my man. We need more. We need more blue stars. When we get so many blue stars, we'll make another tier. Sir Roderick, no doubt. I'm sure there was a Sir Roderick at one time in history. Roderick is like a German name. He was historically a German ruler. I had to look it up. Names don't mean anything much these days, but I had to look it up to see what mine meant. We're gonna jump into. Okay, good. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know the video looks good. For some reason, I'm getting warnings on YouTube saying that the video can't maintain. Dan says he wants his orange. Oh, we got a hard out today, you guys. We got a hard out at 11:15. The video is, I scheduled a video for 11:15 today. The unboxing of the Note Air, not the Note Air, the A5X2. So I'm expecting everybody to go and check it out after the stream today. So hard out at 11:15. I need everybody to go and give it a like immediately. Yeah, so like I said, today what I did was, because it's kind of extensive, this AI thing, what I did was I cut it up into a few parts. So I'm going to cover Google AI today. Let me move this down here a little bit. So I'm going to cover Google AI here today. And tomorrow we're going to cover Anthropic. Let's see if I can get this up here, you guys. Sorry about that. All right, there we go. And tomorrow we're going to cover Anthropic. And then we'll cover OpenAI tomorrow, and then Anthropic we'll cover Thursday, and then that'll wrap up our little AI adventure. Let's see what we got here. Awesome. Okay. All right. So how's everybody doing today, though? It's a gloomy day here in Philadelphia. Again, I'm trying to stall just to give the chat a chance to fill up here before we start. Oh, there was a couple questions though. Let's get into the chat real quick. My lamb that I ordered came. The Lamy? Okay, no doubt. And it's amazing. Now I want the custom lamb with the ceramic nib. We talked about the functionality of the Lamy, right? I think we did. I think we talked about the functionality. Okay, there we go. Are we good to go? All right, there we go. Yeah, so we talked about the functionality of the Lamy on here a couple times. And there's a couple things it can do that I didn't know it could do. So I'm amazed at the Lamy. This mic is not really. Can we do it like this? All right. So I'm amazed at all the time at how the Lamy is. What kind of functionality the Lamy has. It's like we said before, double tapping that the button gives you extra functionality on the Supernote. That's really great. And I didn't know about the varying degrees of pressure. That particular Lamy can sense more degrees of, well, not more degrees, but more sensitive to the degrees of pressure than the normal ones because of how they programmed it. So it's a cool pen. Doc says, will the install of the ceramic insert the Lamy being difficult? Will the install of the ceramic insert in the Lamy? No, it's not difficult. I have a video up. I have a video up on the channel talking about the installation of the ceramic nib. So if you guys want to try that, I lay out everything there and I do it. I show everything, every step on the video. Doc says it's sunny in Ohio. It was sunny here yesterday. It's 60 degrees here today, though. No sun, but 60 degrees. The Rock says, did you know that you can get another All-Star roller ball and switch out the EMR piece into the new body? Yeah, to get different colors. Yep. I'm really thinking about doing that just so I could get a pop of color. Yeah, that's awesome. Amanda, how's it going? Good to see you. Let's get the air horns going for Amanda. Air horns for Amanda joining the chat this morning. Max, sunny in DFW, almost all red leaves down, getting ready for winter. Yeah, it's been that way in Philadelphia for a few weeks now. What else what have we got here? Let's see if we got the actual pages up here, and I think that I do. So what I'm gonna do is bring some of my pages from another browser up to the one that we're going to be looking at. So I bookmarked a lot of the Google AI stuff. So like I said before, we're going to go over Google AI today. So I've been wanting to touch on this for a while now. Let's bring their lab up here. There we go. I've been wanting to touch on Google AI for a while now. And it seems like this is a good opportunity. Before we get started though, let's get to the chat real quick before we good morning. Where do you buy ceramic nibs? Gregory, I have them right now I just have the Lamys with the nibs installed already. But I do have the procedure nailed down to actually put the ceramic nibs in the sheath. And I can sell the sheaths with the nibs in them individually now. So I'm going to get some of those up on the site. They're not on the site yet, but I will put them up on the site by the weekend. So you can just check, the site is rantsaboutTech.com. And yeah, t-shirts on sale. Support the channel. Chicago is gloomy, like Philadelphia. Yeah. eInk Unplugged. My order for the Manta is not ready yet, and I bought it 2 to 3 days ago. It's weird. Mila, are you all right, let me let Mila out. She's gonna be a pain if I don't. Be right back, you guys. Okay, all right, back in the building. I knew that was a bad idea to leave her in here and start the show. But anyway, yeah, I'll have those up, and I'll make a post, an announcement about that as well. Yeah, what AI do you guys use though? Before we get this AI conversation started here, what AI are we using? I use Google's AI just because my thinking was that let's just go over here. We can kind of look at this labs real quick. So I initially started out with Google AI only, and for no other reason other than Google has all my information, and this was my thought when AI popped into the scene. Like I thought Chat GPT was cool when it first came up. I thought it was awesome. I just knew kids were going to be using it to cheat on on papers in school. I was like, oh, this is going to be awesome for students. You guys keep throwing in the chat what you guys personally use, so we can get that conversation started too. But I just started using Google because they already had my information. So the first thing I thought when I saw AI pop into the scene was that, hey, this is a technology that's going to be able to take your information and do something with it. And I've been waiting for it to get to that point. It looks like we may be at that point right now. Apple with their Apple Intelligence, right? They were the first company to talk about using your data in a creative, not creative way, but they were the first ones to talk about using your data to help you in your day-to-day life, right? Everyone else is, well, ChatGPT or OpenAI was basically like not concerned, but they were basically putting their chatbot as public facing as they could. And it didn't seem like they were trying to use your data for stuff. I mean, they were using your data, right, to train their models, but they weren't like using your data in a way that was beneficial to you. So for me, I thought, okay, Google has all of my data and they've been collecting my data for decades, right? So I'm like, if anyone's going to be able to leverage my personal data in AI, it's going to be Google. So I just kind of like dove in on Google. I paid attention to the other AI technologies that were out there, like Anthropic has the Claude chatbot, and their Claude. I mean, it may not be even their chatbot. Claude might be their name of their language model. And I've been paying attention to obviously OpenAI's ChatGPT. But like I said, I've been waiting for Google to do their thing, and they were kind of late to the scene. For a long time, OpenAI led the charge on the AI front. Claude came up in the rear like a little bit after that, but Google kind of stayed in the background for a long time, and I think that's because they're so big, right? I think Google's such a big company that they couldn't put out the experimental stuff as quickly as OpenAI could. And with OpenAI being a smaller company, they're just more agile. They could just take those kind of chances with technologies, whereas Google wouldn't be able to take those chances. At least that's how I saw it from the outside looking in. Anybody else take that or have that kind of take on the situation with AI? Going to the chat, we got Dan says none, too smart for it. Dan, I'm telling you, my bro, find one you like and dive in. It's gonna be. I think this is gonna be so necessary in the future. I'm using Copilot. So that's the built-in Microsoft AI there, Mr. Media. That's built right into Microsoft, right? So it's easy to go ahead and use that. And that's based off of OpenAI's ChatGPT technology too. So that's a good start right there. Max says, I have 2 accounts for OpenAI and 1 for Anthropic, occasionally using some specific Microsoft AI tools on Azure and AWS Bedrock. Okay. So you're doing serious like corporate stuff with your AI. I'm not doing anything serious and corporate with my AI. My AI is my need and use for AI would simply be for, I wouldn't say personal, but it would just be for my own use for not wanting to do like mundane tasks, and which one of those things that we're going to talk about today is how to use and leverage AI to take care of mundane tasks for you, and things like that, and to leverage my data to give me relevant information when I need it. That's a big thing for me with AI. Give me relevant data when I need it, contextual when I need it. That's my big thing. Not really so much enterprise or corporate stuff. Max, also have an add-on subscription to Adobe Acrobat AI. What, Max, what does the Acrobat AI do? Are we just talking about for video editing here? Let me know. Or actually, Acrobat, that's PDF. So what are we doing with this? Gregory says, I can never find a use for it. Gregory, there are tons of things you can definitely use it for, and maybe some of the stuff we talk about here will give you an idea of what you might be able to use it for. Aaliyah says Copilot. Okay, so a couple people using the Microsoft. I'm gonna throw Copilot onto the list then. So we'll cover Copilot Friday because right now I have Google, Anthropic, and OpenAI. Friday we'll cover Copilot. So we'll throw Copilot on the list. Let me throw this on the remarkable here. Azure Bedrock for integrating generative AI in programs. Okay, so kind of like what Google does with their AI Studio. Oh, wow. The video is lost? Brian says, I use it to summarize large PDF files that I get from my clients. Okay. That's a good use case. That's actually an excellent use case, Brian. Did anyone else lose the video? Or it doesn't say I'm having a video issue, but okay. Yeah, Max, everyone else seems to be good. It might be something happened on your side there, brother. All right, so now that I know that we're good, yeah, so we're gonna jump into a couple things. The first thing I want to jump into is, let's look here. I think the first thing would be Notebook LM. All right, so the first thing we'll jump into is, and which is I think, and the only reason I say we jumping into this first is because, it's one of those tools that I think is the most impressive, right? It's something that you can show someone. Don't look at the notebooks I've created. I got ship components. Act like you never saw that. So the cool thing, and like I said, the reason I was using Google is because they had all my information, and I want an AI tool that can just take my information and do something with it and present it to me when I need it in a way that's useful to me. That's the hope for me with AI. Max says Adobe Acrobat AI allows you to chat on your PDF doc. So you just talk and it puts it there. Lau, how's it going? Good morning. Nice to see you. That's cool. Max says it's actually answers with virtual highlight of the source and hyperlinks. Oh, wow, that's nice. Well, see, that's we're gonna get into a couple of things that I really like, and we'll touch on them here. Awesome. Okay, so the first thing is Notebook LM, right? Notebook LM to me is like the thing that you can show people that's like impressive. So let me grab the. Oh boy, I never know where my headphones are. Oh, here they are. Okay, so it's what it can do is you can put information. You can put information into Notebook LM, and we're going to do that here in a second. And what it does is it takes that information and it turns it into a podcast. So you can basically listen to information, right? And what it does is creates a podcast from complicated topics or whatever. It doesn't have to be complicated, just something that you want to learn. Creates a podcast, and then two hosts will talk about that topic. And they'll talk about it in a way that is breaking those topics down and hopefully explaining them in a way that's easier for you to understand. Because you're just listening to a conversation, right? Now, it used to be you just listened. And a couple of days ago, they added an update that allowed you to ask questions of the host. So we're gonna do that now. Okay, let's just throw it in. We're gonna just do a quick example. Do you guys got anything you want me to throw into here? What would be a good article or a good something to throw into here to give this a good demonstration? I'll throw that out there to the chat. In the meantime, we'll look up topics here. I'm trying to think, do I have any PDFs that, oh, you know what we could do? We could look up, Scrit. Good stuff. Wow, what can we look up? Whoa, not Amazon. Let's go to Google. That didn't help. All right. So, we didn't get any suggestions, so I'm just gonna pick something. So we're gonna pick something eInk related. So eInk Kaleido 3. That sounds like a good topic for this crowd. All right. Let's go explained. This is one of the AI tools too, the overview. If you guys go to Google and you see this overview here, this is basically an AI tool here. The cool thing is you can get sources, so that's what I like about that. All right, so what we'll do is we'll take, oh, this is not the whole article here. Well, we'll take this snippet and we'll copy it and see what the gets generated just from this little snippet. Oh, it has to be a file. Okay. All right, I thought we could take snip. Oh no, we could paste, copy text. There we go. All right. So now that we've created that, what we can do is, he said, upload the Manta manual. Oh, that's awesome. That's what we'll do. The Manta manual. Okay, my bad. That's what we'll do. We'll download the Manta manual, and then, and then we'll put that in there. That's an awesome idea. See, that's why I'm glad I threw that out there to you guys. What do we have here? Support center? You know what? We'll just look up the manual. Oh. What am I searching, guys? Okay, that's not going to work for us. All right, I'm going to do a search for it online. All right, there we go. Oh, Manta Nomad. There we go. Okay. Whew. We'll download that to the downloads. Okay. All right. Now we're good. Okay. So let's see what we get from that. We're going to... Can we add a new one here? Sources. Add source. Okay. All right, there we go. All right, so this is uploading there. So now we got that. Awesome. So now that that's information's in there. So basically what we have here, my bad guys, we're just digging into this together. But we have the sources on the left here. We got in the middle, we have chat. And then I'm gonna take my face off of here so we don't have me. There we go. And then we have audio overview at the right. So this is kind of like the conversation that's being created from the PDF we just uploaded. All right. What's going on, Dr. Ling? How's it going? We're just fumbling our way through Notebook LM. All right, so we can create the deep dive conversation from yeah, but see, I think we want this source. We don't want the Kaleido 3. Yeah, there we go. Oh, nope. Let's undo that and we'll just do that. Cool. All right. I think what's here is the chat is the chat is still on the Kaleido 3 information that I put in. So I think I need to get rid of that. Yeah, I think I need to get rid of this. Um, and I don't think it will let me. Hmm. All right, let's just start this over. Oh, it's still doing that. Hmm. All right, there we go. Create new. There we go. Phew. Now, just throwing the manta in there. All right, now we're gonna let that upload there, and we're gonna see what kind of conversation we get created from it. Bam, there we go. I'm not sure why it wouldn't let me take out the sources from the last one. I guess it's because this is a particular notebook here, or the last one was a particular notebook, and we have to create a new notebook for it. Now, that's one of the things that you get when you, I guess, pay for the service, is that you get an upgraded capacity for notebooks and more podcasts. But yeah. Anyway, so right here on the chat section in the middle, or like I said, in the left is the sources that we're getting information from. The middle section here is the chat that we can just type and ask questions of it in that way, or just talk to it. Or then we can get in the last section over here, we have the audio overview. So we're going to do that right now. So let's generate the audio overview from that. And you can also create a study guide from this, a briefing doc. It gives you a lot of tools. And I don't see where it allows you to stop it and ask it questions, but we'll explore that when it gets started here. This may take a few minutes. No need to stick around. Okay, well, let's take some questions while that does that, and I will come back to that when it finishes there. Any eInk related questions in the chat before we go back into the AI stuff? I don't have any like, you know what? We'll go back to this and we'll just kind of sit here with this. Bam. I don't have any more insight on the A5X2 since I've gotten it. I have been using it exclusively since I've gotten it though. It is very good. It's very good. The writing surface is very good. I can't say enough about the device because to me it's not really even about the hardware. It's about more the software than anything. But I can't say enough about it as far as it just and it to me, and it's the lightest. I think it might be the lightest of all the devices too. Let's get to the chat real quick. Max says, I illustrated at the end of a PYSN Python for Supernote YouTube video how a Supernote notebook exported to PDF with embedded recognized text is cool with Adobe Acrobat AI. I'm going to check that video out, Max. The AI highlights the source in the document that are your own handwritings. The OCR layer is hidden. I found this Max graphic AI chat interesting. I'm gonna check that video out. Thanks, I appreciate that. We might have picked a very long doc for this thing to generate a podcast from, Chad. we picked, but you know, this would be a good example or good, I guess, judge of how good it is, because I think we all know what's in the manual for the Manta. It's the same as the Nomad. But yeah, it's taking a minute. It's taking a minute. All right, you know what? While it does that, let's talk about some other AI tools. While it generates that, so let's get into Learn. Okay, this is probably my favorite AI tool because it's so good at teaching. So this tool right here is a tool that Google made. It's a research tool essentially. You type in what you want to learn here, and let's just say we want to learn about eInk. And it's not like you could type eInk into a browser, right, and get information on eInk and all of that. But this is just information on eInk, and it puts it in a way that. Why is everything over to the right? That's weird. Oh, there we go. Oh, probably because. Oh, there we go. Okay, the podcast is good. All right, let's go back to the podcast. We'll get back to that learning. All right, so let's see what it generated here, chat. Let's see what we got.
All right, so we're diving into the Supernote X2 today.
Oh, so we do have an interactive mode
send over the
right
user
here. You see that right
manual,
below.
Wow,
thing
this
there.
thing is intense.
It's a bit of a beast, isn't it?
Almost 100 pages.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Let me get my audio right. I know you guys can hear it. I can't. Let me get my audio good. Okay, let's get back to
Covering both the A5 X2 Manta and the A6
Oh, the
X2
volume is mad low.
Nomad.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to break it all down for you, though. Don't worry.
Absolutely.
Help you unlock all the secrets of this digital note-taking powerhouse.
Exactly.
I'm feeling a little intimidated, to be honest. Have you used one of these before?
Yeah, absolutely. It can seem daunting at first, I know.
Yeah.
But that's why they start with the don't panic section.
Oh, that's good.
They know, right?
That's reassuring.
There's a learning curve.
Yeah, for sure. So where do we even begin? I guess the quick start section makes sense.
Yeah, that's usually a good place to start.
Okay.
Get it all set up, language preferences, Wi-Fi, all that.
Right.
But there's something interesting here. They mention a DMS location.
DMS location, what is that?
That stands for Device Management Server.
Okay.
And it's all about data privacy. You get to choose where your account data is stored.
Interesting.
Separate from the
Wow.
Supernote cloud server, which handles file syncing.
So it's not all going to one place.
Exactly. You have control.
I like that. Okay, so we've got our DMS location set up, and then it
Okay.
says something about hand dominance.
What question
Yeah,
should I
we
ask
thought
them,
about
chat?
that.
So we have an
Finally,
interactive
all right,
mode
so
down at the
what's
bottom
next?
here.
Well, let's talk
I'm going to stop the pot.
Gestures.
I don't know how it
The
works exactly.
Supernote is
We're trying
all
this
about
real time, so I
intuitive
don't know how it works
gestures.
exactly.
Okay,
so
so like
what should I ask it
what?
about the Supernote
Instead of tapping
to see if it
buttons.
knows?
Imagine
Something that would be in the
accessing
manual.
the sidebar, refreshing the screen, even erasing a region, all with finger movements.
Interesting.
And for the clumsy folks like me, they have 2-finger gestures for undo and redo.
Wait, hold on. Erasing a region with a gesture
Yes.
and undo with a gesture.
Super handy.
That's amazing.
Dude, it's pretty good, right? All right, so what should I ask it? Greg said this is weird. So what should I ask it? So we can, I paused it now. This isn't the interactive mode to where you can have it ask you, it pauses itself. I don't know how it works, but we're going to check it. So what should I ask it, chat? What should I ask this thing? Now, I think I want to ask it something pretty like obscure. This is called Google Notebook LM. So let's ask it something pretty obscure about the manual. Because what we did was we put the manual in here, and now it created a podcast with 2 hosts, and it's talking about the manual to explain everything to us. But we can ask it questions. So, okay, we'll ask how to expand the memory. There we go. All right, let's try that.
I can't tell you how many times I've accidentally messed up my notes.
Oh, I know the feeling.
And had to like frantically hit undo, undo, undo.
Yeah, no more of that.
Okay, I'm liking these gestures already. Anything else?
And the best part, you can customize them. So if you're a tapper
All
or
right,
a
here we
swiper,
go. Interactive mode.
the
We'll ask
Supernote
it
adapts
about
to you.
the
Oh,
memory. Oh, we had to. Oh wow! So I had to allow the mic first before it would do it. So I kind of want to go back to it.
All right, so we're diving
Okay.
into the Supernote X2. Today, you sent over the user manual, and wow, this thing is intense.
It's a bit of a beast, isn't it?
All right.
Almost
So it
100
started it
pages.
over because I hadn't
Yeah.
enabled my
Covering both
microphone.
the
So now that I
A5X2
enabled my
Manta
microphone,
and
it
the
started it over.
A6X2
But now we
Manta.
can hit this join
We're going to
button
break
right
it all
here.
down for you. Help you unlock all the secrets of this digital note-taking powerhouse.
Exactly. Hey there. Want to share your thoughts on this?
Yeah. Could you tell me how to expand the memory?
Oh, yeah, that's a great question.
Definitely an important one if you're planning
Chat,
on
that's
using this a
awesome.
lot.
Okay, so the manual says that both the Nomad and the Manta have expandable storage,
Right? Both devices come with 32 gigs built in.
but it does not explicitly state how to expand that storage.
What we do know is that they have a USB port.
Okay, so we can infer from that that it's likely expandable via USB.
Exactly. You would probably use USB drive or connect to a
Okay. All right, chat. So that was cool that we could join the conversation and kind of steer the conversation in a way. That was cool. I like that aspect of it. They didn't get the answer right, though. They didn't get the answer right. So if it's pulling from the manual, does the manual say how to expand the storage explicitly? Let's check that out. So we'll question the AI through text about the expanded storage. It says the Supernote A6 X2 Nomad and the Supernote A5 X2 Manta both have 32 gigabytes of storage that is expandable. The manual does not specify the method of expanding storage. Okay, so that's why they didn't know how to expand it, because it's not explicitly in the manual. Now let's go look at the manual and see if it's actually in there. Dang. Okay, I'll have to go and actually get the manual. 1 second. I really want to know if that expanded storage is in the manual or not. Okay, let's look at the thing here. Browse, repair, edit, transpose. So I'm looking at the PDF right now, chat, to see if that's in there. It's Max says it probably didn't digest the entire manual. I think it did. There is an SD card option. I'm going through the manual right now to look at the expandability section of it to see if it mentions it. And it doesn't. It mentions that it's expandable by SD card, but it doesn't mention explicitly how you go about expanding the storage. I'm giving it one more look just to be absolutely sure. Max says maybe rephrase about asking about SD card. Okay, let's see. Okay, we'll start it. We'll start it again, and we'll ask it in a different.
Yeah, like
I happen to know that it's not in the manual. Well, you know what though? I just thought about something. I think they talk about that when they talk about how you take the. No, they don't. They don't mention it, chat. So they don't mention in the manual how to do that. They just mention that it's a possibility.
drive or something. We can dig into that a little later.
But I'm gonna ask, can
sure.
you?
And it also
Maybe I asked
mentions
it how to
cloud
do it,
syncing,
but I'll
which
ask
could
now,
also
can you?
free up some space on the device itself.
Okay, yeah, we'll keep that in mind as we go through everything else.
Absolutely. So where do we even begin?
I
Okay,
guess
so
quick start
that was
makes
cool.
sense.
Yeah,
So
that's
after it got
usually a
done
good place to start.
after it got done with my question that I asked, it kind of flowed right back into the conversation that they were having before. I like that. That's important. That's important. Yeah, it's not in the manual. Yeah, I actually checked the PDF, and the reason why the AI didn't know is because it's not there. They mentioned that you can do that. It's expandable, but they don't tell you how. All right, so let's go ahead and Man, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Okay.
Get it all set up, language preferences, Wi-Fi, all that.
Right.
But there's something interesting here, and they mentioned a DOS location.
DMS location. What is that?
So yeah, they're going
It
back
stands
into
for
the same
Device
conversation.
Management
That's
Server.
still pretty good.
Okay.
I think it's impressive,
And
chat.
it's all about data privacy. You get to
Okay,
choose
so
where
let's
your
pause this
account data
and
is stored.
all right. So we see that it works pretty good. It definitely works pretty good. I like that they point out certain things that may give people a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like you may not have known what that was, the DNS. But now that they go into it, it's like I didn't care about that, but now that I know what it is, that's good to know. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, sorry. Max says, ask how to make custom image templates. But all right, before we get into that, chat, how cool is this though? That you can throw the manual of a device into a tool like this and then ask it questions with real voice and get a real voice feedback on that. That's like there's nothing you should not be able to know now. You throw the information in here, ask it a question about what you want to know, you're done. And now you can always go back to this and ask it a question. You don't have to listen to the podcast. Matter of fact, you don't even have to do the audio portion of this. You can go right to this chat right here and just ask it whatever question you want based off the manual that we just put in there. So you don't have to do the audio version. That's a pretty impressive tool to me. As you guys saw before, I had a ships component there. That ships component was a database of over 1,000 parts. And I threw all the information into a notebook and I just ask it questions every now and again about things I want. It'll compare two parts for me. It's awesome. It's awesome. But anyway, the audio aspect of it is really good. This audio aspect used to only be it's reading the text in the manual, yeah. But it's making a conversation out of it. Which is what I think is key. It's not just reading the manual. It's reading the manual and giving you context on it. It stopped on a particular thing, you know what I mean, and expounded on that. You know, that's not just reading. That's understanding that that's a tough topic. Let's expound on that, and then we'll get back to the normal conversation. That's more than reading. That's a little bit more. It says it's indeed cool. Combine that with a Roger cloned voice, and you can retire. Apple has a service right now that where they'll make you an AI version of your voice that will say whatever someone wants you to say. I forgot how you access it though. That will be super useful for the Bamboo manual, and I will be throwing the manual in here. I'm throwing all my manuals into this thing. Every manual I have that I'm trying to learn about is going into here. You know what I might do? I might have to have a Reddit conversation with the AI. But I'll do that with Cliff on the phone. That'll be awesome. Anyway, but yeah, so let's ask that one last question here. And then we'll move on from this.
Separate from the Supernote cloud server, which handles file syncing.
So it's not all going to one place.
So we're going to join again.
Yep. Go on.
Okay. Could you tell me how to make a custom image template?
Of course. I think you're asking about the DMS location, right?
Yeah. It sounds like you're.
Yeah.
Could you tell me how to create a custom image template?
Absolutely. It's cool that you're already thinking about customizing your device.
Yeah, that's a great question. It's actually covered in the FAQ section.
Okay, so it looks like you can make customer templates using images, and they need to be a specific size for the best results.
That's
right,
good,
they recommend
chat.
1404 by 1872 pixels for the Nomad, and 1920 by 2560 for the Mantle.
That's pretty good,
And
chat.
the file format needs to be PNG, JPG, JPEG, or WEBP.
It also says not to use any special characters in the image file name, and they recommend avoiding large gray areas.
Yo, Doc, that would be kind of cool, Doc. I wish we had all day to just test this thing and have some fun with it. All right, so this is a free tool. It's called Notebook LM. It's made by Google, and it's free. If you pay for the service, it gives you some extra bonuses, like you can create more notebooks, create more podcasts, more audio overviews is what they call them. Yeah, things like that. More queries. Anyway, I think it's a cool tool. Where are we getting this medical journal from, Doc? Let me know where we can pull one from, and I'll download it, throw it in there, and we can question it. All right, but while we wait on that, let's go ahead into this learning tool that I was talking about. So this is another Google tool, AI tool. It's called Learn About. So you can basically, we put eInk in here just now, and what it did was it on the left side of here is it gave us suggested topics that we might want to search to help us better understand, like microcapsules, black and white particles, electric fields. Describe the advantages and disadvantages of eInks. So it just gives us information that it thinks will be helpful to us understanding whatever we put in here. It's a really good research tool on why eInk matters. It gives you videos that might help that your understanding. It gives you diagrams or just any link. It gives you a set of links down here too that you can look through. Put that down here, that you can look through that may help you with that as well, some related information. And then it gives you options to simplify the information that it gave you, go deeper with more complex information, or if you just want to get more images on the particular topic. So I love this tool for researching. It's an awesome research tool. Awesome. Let's go to the chat real quick. Doc says, all right, we got that. Is your data private or used to train the model? I'm a beta tester. So a lot of these tools we're going to talk about, I have access to, but maybe some people won't have access to them. And I've already just signed my life away with data to Google, which is why I'm all in on the Google AI. I mean, I use other services, don't get me wrong. Like I do have an OpenAI account. I don't have a Claude account. I do have a free account with them, but I don't have a paid account with them. But I do use their tools too. Claude has some useful attributes to it. But anyway, this is a cool research tool, and it's called Learn About. It's a really cool tool there. A lot of these tools are talked about on the. Like I said, this is a Google Labs thing, and I try all of their experimental tools here. But I wanted to get to the spot where they talk about the different tools they have. Oh, here we go. Experiments. Bam. All right. So, we got Project Mariner here. So this is, so what is this? A research prototype. Let's look at this. So it looks like Mariner is let's look and see what they got here. Oh, okay. So Mariner is an agent, right? So we're going to look at this in a second, but what Mariner is, it's an agent that you can put into, that you can put instruction into. So it automates things. So we're going to see here that she's going to put information into a spreadsheet, and then she's going to tell the agent to search those companies for their phone numbers and then add those phone numbers to the list. Something similar to that. But I think it's very cool. But let's check this demo out.
Today I want to tell you about Project Mariner. It's a research prototype exploring the future of human-agent interaction, and it's built on Gemini 2.0. Like with all new technology, it's important for us to build this responsibly, which is why we're starting small. We'll be getting feedback from a group of trusted testers and using their experiences to really shape how Project Mariner evolves. Let me show you how it works. So Project Mariner works in the browser as an experimental Chrome extension. I'm going to start by entering a prompt.
Thanks, Doc.
Here, I have a list of outdoor companies listed in Google Sheets, and I want to find their contact information. So I'll ask the agent to take this list of companies, then find their websites and look up a contact email I can use to reach them. This is a simplified example of a tedious multi-step task that someone could encounter at work. Now, the agent has read the Google Sheet and knows the company names. It then starts by searching Google for benchmark climbing. And now it's going to click into the website. You can see how this research prototype only works in your active tab. It doesn't work in the background.
So we can see here that basically, like she said, she's giving the AI a task: find the phone numbers for these companies, add them to this list. And so it's just going through all, or maybe she gave it a couple more criteria too. So it's just going through all the companies she had in that spreadsheet, adding the relevant information to the relevant company's name or line, and it's doing all of that for her in the background. Like she never has to do this. Doc says he sent the product. I got the download, Doc. Thanks a lot. Larry, good morning, brother. How you doing? We just went over agents here, and agentic AI is crazy. I used Sword to show how happy I was to get my gifted manta on Reddit. Awesome. All right, so this is what this basically is. But I love that you can like automate mundane tasks. So let's go ahead and finish this off. Copilot would do that too, right? Yeah, maybe. I'm gonna dive into Copilot. We're gonna do Copilot Friday.
Once it finds the email address, it remembers it and moves on to the next company. At any point in this process, you can stop the agent or hit pause. What's cool is that you can actually see the agent's reasoning in the user interface so that you can better understand what it is doing. And it will do the same thing for the next two companies, navigating your browser, clicking links, scrolling, and recording information as it goes. You're seeing an early stage research prototype, so we've sped this up for demo purposes. We're working with trusted testers to make it faster and smoother, and it's so important to keep a human in the loop. After the fourth website, the agent has completed its task, listing out the email addresses for me to use.
Oops.
And there you have it.
How do I? Oh.
But we're really just scratching the
All right.
surface.
So if you guys didn't get that, basically what she did was she had this spreadsheet here, and she had these list of companies. And what she did was she made a task for the AI to search all of those companies, add their company contact info to each company, and it did all of that for her. So it searched the companies, found the information on the sites, and then added that information to the spreadsheet. And I'm going to get that question too. That's cool. That's crazy. So all right, let's go ahead and go back to the podcast here. We're going to go back to the Notebook LM, and we're going to go ahead and create a new notebook. And we're going to add that source file into here. All right, so now that it's here, we're going to go ahead and generate and give that a chance to generate what it's going to generate. And then we'll go through it. Ooh, I worked on hormone receptors in college. We worked on one of the research projects I worked on was working with prostaglandins, PGH2, I think it was. It's been a long time. It's been like 20 years, but still. But we were definitely working with prostaglandins, and it was a good time. We'll give that a chance to do its thing. We'll go on to the next thing here. So we got Project Mariner. Basically, it's agentic AI, automating tasks. Basically, is what that's about. Gemini and Collab. That's something different here. Jules, experimental AI code with automate. Oh, we got this Jules. It's experimental AI code agent that automates Python and JavaScript. Ooh, Max. Did you hear that? Automates Python, bro. Tasks like bug fixes and GitHub workflows. Project Astra is what I was super interested in. So Project Astra is a glasses prototype, like how the Apple Vision Pro. Let's get an overview of this thing. Capabilities. natural interaction. You can speak to Project Astra or use video to show what you see. Oh, interesting. Platforms, phone and glasses. Now the glasses is what I'm super in. Now the phone is cool, but putting AI into glasses, that's AR. And what's cool about this particular project Astra with getting, and basically this is just an AI being able to look at and hear the environment and interpret what's around you based off what it sees and hears. And you can ask questions on that. But what's cool about this is when they put it into the glasses, it'll be able to kind of see and remember what you saw and heard. So you can ask questions like, hey, do you remember where I left my keys? And based off what it saw from the glasses, it remembers the video. So it can just kind of scrub the video that it has in its buffer and search for glasses and tell you, yeah, your glasses were last seen on the table and that kind of thing. But the platforms is what I'm more concerned about, but also the XR software that comes with that Google's working on for their AI platform. We'll talk about the XR software here in a bit, but let's go back to the. Oh, it's still going. That must have been one heck of a PDF, one hefty PDF. But it's still creating. It's still like creating the audio from that. But we can ask it questions already, though. We can ask questions already of it. So let's see what kind of questions we have here. We're going to ask here of the AI. All right, so we got what nutrients are in the supplement. All right, there we go. What nutrients are in this supplement and summarize how they each work. All right, let's do that. Let's put it in there. What we're going to do is we're going to put that into the we're going to put the question into the chat for this, and then we'll see what answer it gives us. We'll also ask the question of the podcast when it gets created. Yep, I put it in there. All right, so the summary we got quite a lengthy summary here. We got vitamin B3, vitamin B6, calcium D, glucerate, iodine, cilantro. Really? Parsley? What the? What the? Cilantro and parsley? Zinc, magnesium, milk thistle. Huh. Okay. Now I'm going to ask it a question. Oh, it's done. It's done with the podcast. So now let's go ahead and ask it. Let's ask the podcast question. All right. So let's ask it the question now. Let me go up here and see what the question was. All right. Here we go.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're going to do a deep dive into something that I know a lot of you have been asking about and wanting to understand better, and that's receptor detox.
Yeah, definitely a very interesting product.
Yeah, and we've got some interesting research about this product and how it kind of approaches hormone health.
It is.
And I think one of the things that struck me right off the bat is that the person who formulated it, Dr. Devaki Lindsay Berkson, was at a Tulane University estrogen think tank with the scientists
what do you think,
who
Doc?
discovered the first 2 estrogen receptors.
Yeah, that's.
I'm gonna go into interactive mode. I'm gonna restart it, and then after it goes on for a second, I'll hit the join button and we'll ask it that question.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're going to do a deep dive into something that I know a lot of you have been asking about and wanting to understand better, and that's receptor detox.
Yeah, definitely a very interesting product.
Yeah, and we've got some interesting research about this product and how it kind of approaches hormone health.
It is.
And yeah, so, right there, we're talking about someone who's got a really deep understanding of how these hormones and receptors work.
Definitely.
I had to change
And this
the time of the
product
video.
really aims to tackle this problem that I think a lot of us are facing, which is that we are just surrounded by
All right, so let's ask the
endocrine
question now.
disrupting compounds.
Dead on, Doc?
Right,
No
right.
doubt.
EDCs is there. So
Listen, this
I
technology
think
is,
most people
and this is
understand
coming from
hormones
someone,
as these.
and Doc is a doctor. And if he's saying this is spot on as far as how it's relating to the information, then I believe him. Also, let's go ahead and ask it the question now and see how it kind of smooths
these
this over.
messengers in the body sending these signals.
Right.
But maybe, oh, wait, someone wants to join. Hey, go for it.
Hi, could you tell me how receptor detox contains several key nutrients that support hormone receptor function? Oh, never mind. That's a bad question.
Hi there.
Oh, yeah. Let's hear it.
What nutrients are in this supplement and summarize how they each work?
Okay, that's a great question and a perfect follow-up.
Yeah, it's like you're reading our minds.
Receptor detox contains a few key ingredients that all work together.
Yeah, let's unpack that.
First off, it has vitamin B3, which is crucial for creating steroid hormones.
Okay, so like the basic building blocks.
Exactly. It also helps reduce inflammation, which can mess with receptors.
That makes sense.
Then there's vitamin B6, which helps your body use hormones correctly.
And also, I believe it supports glutathione production.
Yes, it does, which is important for cellular protection.
Okay, interesting.
Calcium deglucarate helps clear out toxins,
Ooh, I said that wrong.
including
So
excess
deglucarate.
hormones.
Oh, so it's like
Vitamin
clean
or
it through.
calcium
Yes, it
deglucarate.
helps the body detox and eliminate things.
Okay, makes
All right,
sense.
so
And there's also
I like how it's going about it, right? Max says, Dan, if you are very paranoid, you can also use the technology entirely on your own equipment and vector database. Yeah, some of these. Did Dan? Let's go to the chat. I hadn't been keeping up with the chat real like I should. Let's look at what we got here. Dan says, I am very private. I would never use this AI. Well, you can. The thing is about some of these AI tools is they're going to get to a point to where you don't have to use them online. They'll be to a point to where you can use them on your own like database and totally offline and on your phone too. So it's going to get to a point to where even people who are super concerned about their privacy and data will still be able to use these things because there are people clearly who are concerned about those things. All right, what else we got here? Christina says, "Hey y'all, thanks to whoever gave me a gift membership. That was Mashup. That was Mashup Mike." Doc says, "Sent the question. Got that." Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, I think it's good. I think it's very good. It does a really good job of taking your information, making it into something that's understandable, and then even letting you ask questions on that information. I think that's very cool. Awesome. So let's look at the next one we got here. We got Gemini and Collab. I think we've already touched on that. We touched on Astro a second ago, but I really want to look at and we just touched on Notebook LM. AI overviews and search. We already all know what that is. Image effects, video effects, ask photos, text effects. They have a lot of AI tools. Illuminate is the first tool that used that podcast feature. Here we go. My bad. Illuminate was the first tool that used that podcast feature we have here that we were just looking at. They added that to Notebook later, but Illuminate is just for scientific research papers. So I think it works with a different model even because that's where it started. What else we got here? And we saw Jules with the prompt AI. All right, so let's look at the other one we have here. We're gonna look at Google's XR. All right, so this is the last Google technology we'll look at here. This is a Google technology that is It's going to be using the same technology that they have in Astra. So it's going to be Astra related, but this is just for the glasses. So this is going to be more like what I was talking about with the Vision Pro. So this is the operating system that runs that whole thing. Less about AI and more about augmented reality. But the Astra AI is going into this product to some degree. It's going to be able to take what you see and hear and contextually give you information based on that. So that's going to be super helpful. So let's take a look at some of these right here. So basically, in querying and asking questions about what you're seeing, which is what we can do now with Ray-Bans, right? The Meta Ray-Bans do the same thing. This is more akin to what you would see on the Vision Pro, right? This little thing right here, where you can manipulate windows and stuff in an AR space, watching videos and movies, same thing. So yeah, I think this is going to be if they actually get this down to a glasses size and not a VR headset size, I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be really cool. Any take on any of this stuff that we talked about so far? This is just the Google stuff, and we haven't touched on all the Google stuff yet. But like I said, I do have a hard out, you guys, at 11:15 because that's when the video is launching. So we're gonna get out of here in a few minutes. We're gonna touch more on Google AI stuff tomorrow to finish this whole thing up because Google has tons of tools. Nobody has as many tools as Google has going right now. That's both a good and a bad thing. But the good thing is that you get a lot of tools that you can experiment with. The bad thing is that Google will axe tools whenever they feel like it. So they don't give a rhyme and reason for axing tools. They just kind of do it. And that's the problem. Let's go to the chat real quick. No, this video isn't on my channel. I'm not sure which one we're talking about, but this video will be. But I haven't done an AI video. This is me just kind of throwing AI information out there. I'm going to do an AI video. This is how I'm starting to do stuff, like test it out on the live stream, get information, get feedback, and with the help of the chat, put together a video on the topic that's meaningful and it has a lot of different perspectives from what I got from the chat. Excuse me. Descript. Take a look at these guys. Descript. I'll take a look at that. Thank you, Max, for that Descript. Like I said before, earlier in the stream, I have a hard 11:15. The video. It will be on the channel at 11:15, so it's launching. It's the A5X2 unboxing. I encourage everyone to go check it out. It'll be out in 2 minutes. Which is like why I said I have a hard out today at 11:15. I don't want to be streaming while I have a video coming out. But yeah, if you guys can check that out, yep, it's going to be on my channel. 11:15 video, or what channel? Rants About Tech. This channel right here. So it's 11:15. It took me a long time to make this video. Everyone else has their unboxing videos out already. It's the A5X2 unboxing. The movie. We're going to touch on more AI tomorrow too, you guys. So we're going to touch on the rest of the Google stuff, and then we'll touch on some OpenAIs tomorrow. And we'll do a 2-hour tomorrow because I don't have a video coming out. I try to get my videos out before noon. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate the time that you gave me today. Are you going to advertise on Facebook and Reddit? I should. Yeah, you know what? I am. There we go, Max. Thank you. I appreciate that, brother. Appreciate for putting that on my radar. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining me. The video's up. Go check it out. Like at the gate. Just go like it. As soon as it comes on, hit the like button. And what else? That's it. And like I said, AI tomorrow. We'll finish up then. So until then, you guys, take care.